We interrupt this program to bring you a message from Satan.
As you know, I am in the Epstein files over 1 million times. No other president can say that. Not Sleepy Joe or Obama, who lives rent-free in my dementia-rattled mind. I don't know Jeffrey Epstein unless you count being his best friend for over 15 years, flying on his jet, going to his island and assaulting women and children. I'll suck the farts out Putin's ass and start World War III before I release the unredacted files. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President DJT.
I'm Pam Bondi, and I approve this message.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime? That's a white woman, a white woman. A meth-faced bitch, and she gets sky high. That's a white woman, a white woman. Under oath, and she still gon' lie. That's a white woman, a white woman. Gave Donnie sloppy toppy just to keep her job. When it's all over, she won't even get the charge. That's a white woman, a white woman. A white woman.
Hey, welcome to For the People podcast. I'm your host, Vision X, and this show is for the people, by the people, to bring power back to the people. I'm joined by our veteran queen of judges herself, Miss Nikki.
Hey, everybody, welcome back.
And you also met Dr. Nicole. This is our, healing guru, positive, talking about medical stuff like that. Dr. Nicole.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Good morning.
And we have a special guest. This is Matt. So if you ever know anything about his podcast, but his actual social media platform, this Big Matt from the town has been making a lot of waves. I seen it on there. I was like, okay, we got to try to get him on there. So Nikki reached out, and here he is. This is Matt.
What's up? How everyone doing today?
I gotta be lightweight
formal, and I can't be 100%. I gotta chill. I can't be.
Oh, no. You gotta be 100%. This is the show where you can be 100%. OG man.
He gonna find out once Nikki let loose.
I love your content. Hubby loves your content. We love Jean Grey when we get Jean Grey, Honey Badger in the mix. But I just remember you're like my social media icon, because before I even got into this, I would watch you every day and see you and everything. So to have you as a guest, you're like my celebrity guest for me.
Thank you.
I just thought it would be perfect with what's going on right now. You being a vet. Mm-hmm. The type of content that we make, having Black voices, and it's so much that you can add. So I really wanted you to come on and just give us your thoughts and on what's happening. But I was just so excited when you said yes. I was like,
oh hell yeah. My wife actually follows you.
Oh wow.
And I was like, yo, okay, cool, because I tapped into you. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can rocks with you. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here. Like I told Vision, I was like, I'm retired, so I can't get fired. So I'm gonna let everything off. Like, you can't call my job, and my job can't be like, hey, we saw your content, so I'm gonna give it 100%.
No, and that's what we need, because we had other special guests on the show before, and when you're trying to have a conversation with them, it's just like, oh, I don't want to say this. Well, I got a performance. Well, I'm like, you're not the right person for the show next time. Yeah. There's too much going on in the world for us to sit here and hold back facts.
Yes.
And the truth and et cetera. So I told everybody, if you come on the show, it's raw, filtered, and uncut.
Yes.
You keep it straight. This is how we made it big. Me and Nikki will be on a video by ourselves, 300,000 views. And wow. It'll work like this. I'll ask her the question, and then she'll go, and then there it is.
So you know what? So with that being said, my professor in federal government, what's crazy is that she is a political science. She has her doctorate, all that stuff, but she's from Britain, and she's down the middle. I mean, she's to the left. I mean, she's actually left, but she splits it down the middle. So she'll talk about both sides, but she is on the left. One of the things that needs to happen is public shaming. There needs to be more ridicule. White America hates that. They hate being publicly ridiculed because white people, and my wife, you know, I'm in an interracial marriage, duh. And my wife, she lets me know that white people don't have a collective. They don't see themselves as we see ourselves. We as Black folks, minorities, we are the collective based on our trauma, based on the fucked up things that's happened to us. We always tend to lean with each other. We see ourselves in everyone. White folks don't. With that being said, when you ridicule them, they have no place to hide. This is why it's important for minorities and Black folks to talk as much shit to white people as possible. Because remember, historically speaking, if this was the 20s and I was talking the way I was talking, what would happen to me? Right? Mm-hmm. So because of that, they've normalized and conditioned themselves to be the police of how you talk. This is why when we raise our voice, why are you so angry? It's this immediate bunkering down of how you talk. And that's from them benefiting, I should say, from the conditioning of Black voice to, you know, you can't say certain things to white people. You can't. And the reason why white people are so mad at me is because I'm literally shattering that shit. I am going center mass, busting your shit wide open, and they don't like it because they're not conditioned to being addressed that way. And well, fuck you. Welcome to the real world. And if your eyes hurt, you've never used them before. So this is where I'm at right now. And yeah, we need to public shame and ridicule and create because, you know, when we grew up, our where we're at right now, every last one of us, we had family members who told us the truth. They didn't sugarcoat shit. So being ridiculed or constructive criticism, it hurts, but we know how to convert that and be like, all right, bet. White America, nah. You know, you do that to some of these kids, they go in the bathroom and get a razor blade and, you know, because they just can't live with the, so why not let our voices be the weapon to shatter that, you know? And that's where I'm at right now. And I guess that's why Ice-T hits me up, Exhibit, all these. I talk to so many celebrities now because they can't say what I say. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm letting off the chopper. Pew, pew, pew. It's a chopper. That's what I'm on.
And that's what's good because, you know, is, you know, raw, cut, and unfiltered. We get to have real conversations. And it's like having a table talk at home. Yes. You know, I remember my grandma, she was flat said, I don't like none of those, nobody else besides Black. Yeah. And she was flat and she didn't care. Mm-hmm. And she, you know, she retired. She's up in age. She was working. This is when she was alive. She said, I don't give a shit about none of that stuff. I'm going to say what I have to say. Yeah. And you would see that a lot of other people, you know, the POCs and the whites that would get upset. Yeah. Everything that she said way back in the day is the same shit that's going on now. Ain't nothing changed. Just a different era. We got nicer phones. We got nicer cars, but that's about it. They're still the same people.
I really think our voices, that's what it is. Because I sit back and I smoke a lot of weed and I daydream and I start problem solving. I'm like, what was something that could have helped us? And I think about it, I'm like, we couldn't tell white people to fuck off. We couldn't. We would get killed, right? We would get, you know, that watch your tone. Oh, you think you're a smart uppity nigga. Oh, no, sir. You know, I'm just saying, it should have been like, you fucking right, I'm smart. I'll punch you in your shit. I beg your pardon. Beg all the fucking pardons you won't. Talk to me like that again. I'm smacking earth, wind, and fire out you. Because what happens is you establish this shit. And white America that's white privilege. It's the bubble. It's you can talk slick and think I'm too dumb to not decipher what you're saying. And though you may say, I don't appreciate this type of jargon that you're fuck you and your jargon, I'll smack the fuck out of you. It lets them know that they need to recalibrate how they talk. You know, white people can say whatever they want. Black folks, we have to modify shit. And as long as you do that, they have the upper hand. There is no warrant. There's no warning. You know what I mean? So our voices matter. And I understand that now. At first I was like, fuck that. But no, because if our voice matters, how do you use your voice? And what are the systems in which we communicate? You know, when you're around certain people, you're modest, you're formal, you know, that's right. But in some instances, you have to, I'll flip this whole fucking table over. Say that shit again. And it sets the tone. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And maybe you might have to flip a table. They would walk away saying, okay, when we talk to this person, understand he has flipped over several tables. So there's one of two things that are going to happen. You're going to respect that, or you're just a weirdo and you want to see a pissed off nigga flip a table, in which case I'm just putting it out there. You know what I mean? So our voices matter. That's all I'm saying. We need to utilize it and weaponize our voice, ridicule, public shame, and talk shit and dare them to do something. What you going to do about it?
And absolutely. You know, from a mental health perspective, you're absolutely right. Like the psychology of it, like I would have never thought of it that way, but I was like, you are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And I can see how that's effective. And I didn't think about the collective or the lack of collective, but it makes sense the way that they treat each other when you observe just like the different behaviors.
Yes. And you know what? You know, that's my wife. My wife told me this shit. She's like, hey, look, bing, bing, bing. I said, why are you doing this? She said, I don't like white people. She don't. She definitely hates white men. But there's an overwhelming amount of, there's white people and white folks. White folks is the folks that they understand. They fuck it up for they understand white America fucked it up for them. You know, they're the majority. They fucked it up for even them. And there's people who are progressive, regardless. And, you know, I'm for my people. But we also share similarities as a colonial species. White, black, Asian, doesn't matter. We all, in our minds, if you're conditioned right, to want to be better, to become more and more selfless, right? You see like people need shelter. People shouldn't go hungry. People should be able to coexist in space. Like we all share these things because we are a colonial species. Doesn't matter what color you are, because if you share these attributes, you'll do whatever's needed to work for a collective objective. Yes, it makes sense. But there's an overwhelming amount of people who don't, because you're this, because you're that. And they make it difficult for other people. And those are the majority, those who were benefiting off slavery, white privilege, everything. And there's people within that diaspora that's like, nah, because we need to come together, and cliche, but we need to ensure that we are the offensive linemen, so our children who are the running backs can have that big hole and take it up the middle, right? And that's how I look at it. I mean, racism exists, and I'm not downplaying it, but if you give me 5 people of all different nationalities and we have to accomplish a mission, and we understand how beneficial this mission is, once we accomplish the mission, we can chill and talk about other things. But we have a fucking mission. And right now, the rapist and pedophile is creating a fucking war because 51% of the adult population is illiterate and have no idea. And once again, the absence of a collective will not allow them to see that it's them who's responsible for what's happening. If that makes sense.
No, I definitely get that. And what I want to do, before we start, I always say hi to our viewers, just to let them know that we acknowledge them, that they're here. Kay is my name. Good to see you. Germany, nice to see you. T Coop, DDS, nice to see you as well. Tony, Dr. Nicole, that's Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Tony the Tiger. Asia, RLW, this is a new person. Great to see you. Nice for joining HHCF. Jerry House Music, good to see you as well. So just going off what we were just talking about, so this, overseas, as I was traveling, especially in Brazil and Colombia, they do not like white folks at all. They don't care, especially American white folks. They don't like them at all. They'll take your money, but they say every time they come out here, they're disrespectful. You tell them don't touch something, they go touch it. You tell them don't go here, they go there. And then when you try to like chastise them in a way, then they will sit there and try to fight you or get upset or something. And they said there's always a problem. So I want to show 3 videos here just to see what everybody around the world is saying about them as well, especially with everything going on with the war and us trying to fight for some foreign country while they're hiding in bunkers. I want to see what everybody else had to say. Let's take a look.
A friend told me in Singapore, whites are evil. I cannot disagree. He said whites are evil, period. I'm not saying, I didn't say that. He said that. I'm not.
But you think it.
Yeah,
A lot of hate for white people, so I don't know. Chicken cross. Shout out Rainbet.
Now who's going to next? Maybe Bill Gates? Bill Clinton? Donald Trump? One by one.
Well, so you're just naming all rich white guys.
I don't know. All these guys are involved. All white guys. No Asian men involved in this one. But the Philippines, all white guys going after little girls. Then Thailand, same. This is your DNA. You have DNA. That's DNA. But I can understand, yeah. Because white people, they robbed the whole world. They stole the world. America, Australia, New Zealand, India, they're robbers. Jamaica, or they're thieves, you know. Now they're coming here stealing Asian girls now. Don't shit. No respect.
So you just had a bad experience with...
Come on, I'm telling you.
With white people in general.
What you see around the world, you know, you don't deny that. Demand. Jeffrey Epstein set up a sex island. Why? Many whites, they are the pedos. That's why I set it up.
This is such an important conversation, and it's so beautiful to see the Asian gentleman engaging this talk, because in acknowledging the truth of their nature, evil and wickedness, then we can start to make plans and organize around containing them so that they don't continue.
We'll read some of the comments from this one. Somebody says, sucks down it. Only difference is he's not speaking from false stereotypes, but historical evidence. Another person says, the world is waking up. And another person says, all the white people are too busy writing racist comments on the people of color's videos right now to respond to this. And then this was a white woman. She went to Northern Ireland. Now, Ireland, they white. Let's take a look at what they had to say about American whites.
To a Northern Ireland bar and are immediately accused of being a bad person because you're from the United States.
Wait, so they accused you of being a bad person just because you're from the United States?
I walked in with my husband to the central bar and I immediately noticed that they had the world news on. Rightfully so. There's a lot of crazy things going on in this world.
Quick question. Who is responsible for a lot of the crazy things that are happening in the world right now?
And the gentleman said, "Are you American?" And I said, "Yes, we're American." And I'm not lying to you when I say it instantly went from, "Yes, I'm American," to, "Well, who'd you vote for?" And I kind of was just shocked. I'm like, wow, that was very direct. And I said, we're on vacation. We're trying to get away from all that. We don't really want to talk about it.
Oh, so they didn't actually accuse you of anything. You just didn't want to answer a question. Why? Why didn't you want to answer that question?
I genuinely just wanted to go in, enjoy some pints. And if it was a friendly conversation, I will gladly go back and forth. But to bring up any sensitive topic, anything like that, I would have said the same thing. Like, I don't want to talk about that. It's uncomfortable.
We wouldn't want you to be uncomfortable, not a little uncomfy. But again, you still haven't talked about who it is you voted for, because you want to ignore that on your holiday. Could it possibly be you voted for somebody who has not made it just uncomfy, but rather unbearable, unlivable, deadly even to live in this country, stripping millions of people of their affordable health care, abducting parents off the street, leaving children to come home to empty homes, putting 13-year-old pregnant girls in a detention center in Texas? They are great victims, and now you're also forcing them to give birth. I mean, God forbid you be a little uncomfy on your holiday, though.
Not because of, directly what's going on. Any sensitive topic, why would you want, especially while drinking, why would you want to talk about something so sensitive?
Why not just say who you voted for? Because at no point has anyone ever asked me who I voted for, and I not just said confidently Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or Barack Obama. In fact, a lot of y'all like to even say you voted for Barack Obama. Like, oh, come on. Why not just say who you voted for? Because honestly, it's a fair question considering how crazy the world is, as you yourself admit. And before you say you didn't, you posted this the other day talking about how we're canceling people because of who they allegedly voted for. But wait, I saw this. What was that? And what is this one?
Oh, so you really don't care about illegal immigrants being detained by ICE and families being separated? No.
Let me just see if I've got this right. You're on holiday, as you put it, trying to escape all the bad things happening, the bad things that are happening because of the person you voted into office. Then, when asked about it, asked who did you vote for, you didn't want to talk about it. And then you yourself admit that they continued to drink and talk about politics because they had the fucking news on when you walked in. And things got more and more angry, which tells me that they had more to say about Donald Trump, who is a fucking clown show, and you didn't like it. And you felt personally attacked while admitting they weren't actually directing it at you.
And because the news was on.
And I'm going to read some of the comments. Somebody says, when they don't talk about who they voted for, we know. Another person says, don't go to an Irish pub if you don't want to talk about politics. And somebody says, Australia here. No one likes MAGA. And before we begin, this is why. This is why the Europeans and other people is looking out and watching white people. Take a look.
Come on, he's a goat fucker! Come on, he likes the fuck goats! The Muslims need to get out of NYC! They're a bunch of goat raping pedophiles! Get Kamani! Get Somalia out! Get these Muslims out of our city!
So, I mean, literally, and they be acting like they don't understand why people don't like them. I'm just like, this is what I like about the Asian people. And I kept it real. You know, Nikki, I always talk about those numbers, right? I always say, okay, 80-20. I don't mess with 80% of white folks. 60-40. I don't mess with 40% of black people. 50-50 with certain groups. Those votes and statistics that came from the previous election, well, Jasmine Crockett's election, was spot on. Everybody was, why do you keep talking? Because I'm right.
Yeah.
Y'all vote exactly how I say on this show every single time. That Asian man with his whole chest, he was being honest. He was like, hey, listen, you know, y'all cause all the genocide, y'all cause this, y'all cause that. And he was like, well, I didn't say it. If I was the Asian man, I would say, fuck that. I agree too. And it was funny because the white dude was trying to correct him, trying to, what white folks do y'all, what gets me about them is they infiltrated every group. They infiltrated, call themselves Jews. Now they're calling themselves Native American now. Now, we played those videos before.
I fucking hate that shit. God, I fucking hate it.
And I'm just like, y'all infiltrated every group and y'all fucked us over. And then this, even with this, the white woman going to Ireland, they consider themselves white, even though they used to get fucked up before. But since they've been included in white, the Irelanders don't even like American whites. Yep. It's a reason, you guys. What do you think?
First of all, she talking about a sensitive topic. Bitch, you look like a sensitive topic. Let's just start. Let's start there. They never want to bring anything up. It's like if you can't say with confidence who you voted for, then we already know. It's we shouldn't talk about that. Why shouldn't we? That's like when they say, you shouldn't talk about how much everybody gets paid. Why? Because one person is getting paid more than the other. You don't want to talk about it because it's going to be uncomfortable. But this is what they do. You voted for this life that you have, and then you want to escape it. But this is what you just didn't vote for it to happen to you. You thought it was going to happen to everybody else, and now that it's happening to you too, or y'all will vote because y'all hate Latinos, but then will go vacation where Latino people live. You don't like Mexicans and will then go to fucking Mexico and then get mad at Mexicans for being Mexicans in Mexico. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Then you got the goat fuck over here in the last slide. He was enjoying that a little too much. Yeah. All they do is project. They the ones that be fucking animals out here, be getting arrested for it. They be going on these little hunts and shit like that. It's them. It's I swear, every MAGA white Christian man is more worried about dick than gay men.
Yeah.
The way dick is on their mind is amazing to me. You can't be straight. You can't be a straight man and think about another man's dick and the way MAGA Christian Republicans think about dick.
True. So true.
They blow me. with the fucking stupidity, and then well, we're uncomfortable, and they treated me badly. Oh, shut the fuck up. They always whining. For MAGA people to get everything they want, why the fuck y'all be whining all the time? Shut your bitch ass up. All they do is fucking complain. You got everything you wanted, and you're still fucking complaining.
Which calls
about
into question.
what?
What calls into question, Dr. J? What are you specialized? What are you? What do you do?
Yes. So my specialization is in social work with a clinical focus.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you, you know, like, I didn't know if you was a head doctor or you can get into people's minds, but what does that say?
I mean, I kind of do, but I'm not a psychiatrist.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure if you have the expertise to like break down like that behavior, like this.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at this shit and I see these people, I don't even think they're aware of it. There's like something's off. Either there's a missing component of anything outside of their own existence. Like, what possesses you? Where the fuck you get the goat from?
Listen, this was planned.
You know what I'm saying? Where you get a goat from? Like, I don't even think if you was like, hey man, we need a goat, I'll literally be stumped. I'd be like, where can I get a fucking goat? How do you rent a goat? I don't know. But this behavior, it's, you know, and then the Asian guy, I mean, any old Asian person, at least over 60 or maybe older, is like, you do know we released not one, but 2 sons over men, women, and children.
Yep.
And if an Asian man says he hates white people, he has a legit reason. Like my grandfather or my dad, all Asian diaspora, like you started the war in Vietnam, you dropped bombs on Japanese men, women, and children. You had the Chinese folk laying down the railroad, and the Japanese Americans that were here when you went against Japan, you put them in concentration camps. I think the only thing I can come up with this thought pattern, rooted in so much stuff, I think the nucleus is that white people know, globally speaking, they only make up, I think, 8 to 10% of the population on the globe, like as far as their diaspora. Everyone else is dark except Europeans, and it's not a lot of them compared to the rest of the people in the world. And I think from that is a fear of being dominated or overrun, you know, everything. And like you said, projecting too, because they do project. It's just like this indoctrination, man. And,
yes.
And it's from such a flawed ideology, man. It's just like, it's baffling that they do this shit. And I think they're going to crash out. I think this is going to be a huge decline of white people because white women aren't reproducing at a sustainable rate, just like in Russia. The women aren't reproducing. They're like, no. They're even scared of Sharia law. And I'm like feminism, the God, I'm lost of words. Let's just say women liberation. Boom. We'll destroy that shit in 72 hours. Sharia law cannot stand up to women's liberation from what women have been doing. Man, hell no. And they're afraid of it. They're afraid of this made up law that would never exist in this country. They project, they do all these things, man. It's just, at this point, you have to just marvel at some of these white people. Sometimes it's getting to the point where you just sit and just be like, wow, what's the guy's name from the Discovery Channel? And it's natural habitat.
And that was a good show in the morning. I watched that in the morning.
Yeah, like they need to be that. Because the stuff they do, man. And my wife and I, we hang out. We just watch, like, look at them. Like, you know, like we have this joke about some white women. Like, you see these white women, nice dress, you know, and when I say this, y'all gonna never see it the same. Like some of these white women, they look really nice dress, and have some of the most hideous fucking shoes ever. Like, where the fuck you get them shoes from? Now, see, you didn't seen it, right? It flashed before your eyes, right? You see some of these white women, like, you look at them and like, she fucked up the shoes. Look at the sandals. So we have a running gag, like they just fuck the shoe games is all messed up. But you have to marvel at some of them because it's just, how could you do this? Like, how?
You know what's interesting? Going bounce off what you said. You remember, Nikki? I played that video where, because he was just saying, you had to go out and just do these type of things. Remember that video I showed you where they and I think I've seen it. This white man with his goofy ass bought 2 Snickers and a Kit Kat.
Yes.
It got 2-point-something million views, and he created a whole scene and was like, "Yeah, whip that nigger." This is who we're talking to. These are the people. Hey,
how you doing? Told you. Sooner or later, she would pop up. Thank you, Mom.
It's Jean Grey.
How you doing? Good to see you. But when we were talking about it, and Dr. Nicole, you might know about this. When I was explaining to our former cast that we had that show, I said, listen, they had to plan this. They had to go out, buy the candy bars, buy the whip, create the scene, film it, edit it, I said they are obsessed with Black people.
Yeah. They don't know how to mind their business. And because if they would mind their business, we would flourish, we would prosper, we would dominate, we would be amazing. And so they have to, what they use their words, going back to like what Matt was saying, is like they use their words to create whatever reality they want the reality to be. And so if you are a competition, so say you have the same business as them, right? And you're a competitor, they'll just start saying, they'll say things to try to delegitimize you or to demean you. And it's not true. It's not based in truth. They just say what they want. And other people get involved with it because they know what's happening. It's like they live in the strongest delusion possible. But what I will say, though, is that they understand the power of words and what that creates. And we need to do more of that as well.
Yes. Like Dave Chappelle, when he made that comment where he was like, they call you crazy, real dismissive words, untrustworthy or, crazy, because a person doesn't need to interact with you. But when a person says crazy, we all know based on either truth or our own imagination what crazy is. And what do people do?
Yeah.
They can't be comfortable around you, that so-and-so say he was crazy. You know what I mean? So you're right. You're absolutely right. And
But take the time, do your research. What is this based on? See what they have to gain from whatever narrative it is that they're putting forward.
Yes.
But some people, their loyalty is just automatic.
Yep. Especially when you don't have a connection with said demographic, it really makes it difficult. But I said in my video, I was like, white people hate Black women because Black women's voices help liberate. Black women's voices, I kid you not, can shatter mountains. And what white men don't want is a submissive white woman who has been conditioned to take the abuse, to find value in herself, to be like, because a white woman, a white man's weakest link is a white woman. You give her the power. Oh, what? Excuse me? Like, it ain't the isms, but it's the Black women empowerment, like that energy. Like, no, like Black women have that. I was raised by several of them. I know for a fact. And overlaying it with some of the comments these dudes be saying, like, oh, you let your daughter talk like that, or oh, your children talk like that. And I'm like, you talk about my little daughter, so I guess you don't want her to express herself. You don't want her to normalize saying words that might make you feel uncomfortable or, keep you on your toes. You don't want expression. Why? Because if you hinders one expression and you talk, you get to have an unbothered narrative, and then you can condition, and then you can indoctrinate, and then you can set the tone where they're complacent. So fucking lootly not. I know the game. I know it. And guess what? We lacing tennis shoes over here. If you want to keep wearing slides, you could be tardy, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You could be tardy to class, but absolutely not. I understand. And this is the only reason why I think I'm so successful on Instagram is because my voice and my language is unheard of. Like, who is this? Yeah. And also I can fight too. So, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm good.
You know, he can back it up.
I seen that video. He said,
and I got my ass kicked before I learned how to fight. So I took some ass whooping. So I ain't Mike Tyson, but I can thump. I got health insurance and life insurance. So we can run red lights. We can do whatever. I'm on whatever time you on. But yeah, the language. We need to talk more shit. And unfortunately, that's going to be a problem because, like you said, there's too many people, or you said Vision, there's so many, I wish I can say, you know, I can't say this because my job, whatever. Dig it. Where's the motherfuckers who can?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come to the front. Because if weapons or words, and words or weapons, we need the shooters out front. You know, like if they'll talk like unfiltered, unrestricted, can say whatever you want, y'all are the hitters. Because white people feelings get hurt easy. That's why your lips thin. How you say how can you pronounce E with no lip?
And have the nerves to call us monkeys. And I told somebody, I said, and I showed this video before. I said, have you seen the shaved monkey? Have you seen, they are pale as hell, just like white people, very thin nose, they have big ass ears, they're susceptible to lice. If you look at chimpanzees out of all animals are some of the most violent in the animal kingdom. They're extremely hairy. I said, they look like you guys.
And what do you call a group of baboons?
Oh, I don't know that one.
You don't know that? You don't know what a group of baboons, because you know crows, a group of crows is called a murder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you call a group of baboons?
This is my first time hearing this before.
Are you serious?
Right. Like,
yes.
Just give it to
a group of baboons is called a congress.
Oh, okay.
Stop playing with me.
Hey,
see,
Siri,
they play right in our face.
What is a group of baboons called? Oh, they said a troop, but we heard Congress, but it's called a Congress.
Oh, I never knew that. And since we're speaking about that, I want to bring up some updates and afters of what happened with, actually, before I do that, read some of the comments. HACF says, I'm glad they're getting treated how they treated blacks in the U.S. That's a fact. T-Coop says, well, damn, you voted for the live your life you're living. Now you want to escape it. Case by the name said, white folks have the expectation that they're normal and that everyone else, but also put them in tiers. They expect to be treated like royalty, especially if they're from the United States. And I want to take a look at these next videos. This is just going based off what happened with Jasmine Crockett and what everybody have to say afterwards, because people had something to say. So we're going to show these videos and we'll be right back.
All right.
You know what we don't talk about enough? Hispanic people being racist towards black people, especially in the Bronx. If you know, you know. I'm a black woman, and I've learned that I can't patronize Hispanic nail salons, hair salons, because when I walk inside, they're rude, they're nasty, they don't even want to talk to you. And they do that intentionally just so they won't get your service, or just so you won't be a customer. They don't want to serve you. They want to serve their own kind. And it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. How are you living amongst black people and you don't like us? You're rude to us. We're coming into your place of business, spending our money, and you don't know how to smile. Hey guys, welcome in. How you doing? You want a manicure? You want a pedicure? No, none of that. You walk in and they don't even want to say shit.
Read some comments from someone. Somebody says, stop going to their places of business if you're being mistreated. Another person says, can we normalize only patronizing black-owned businesses so they don't go where you are not appreciated? And then I want to play this. This is how the Latins be acting. Let's take a look.
Well, wait a second. Oh my God, this guy! How's things going? Son of a bitch! Hey, how are you? I'm doing good, man. Are you guys all right over there? Well, let me just say before I start. Before I start, let me just say thank you for your service. I am a little bit sad that you guys might have to die for Israel. That makes me pretty sad. Because God, listen, I know that Sanchez and Enrique probably might not understand what I'm about to try to break down to you, but let me try for the white guys because I'm sure they do. So what I'm saying is if you guys could just like, whoever's got like the key, the key to hit the nuclear shit, if you could just aim that shit at Israel. And then right after it hits, like this, you know what I mean? Right after it hits,
Just want to read some of the comments. Somebody says Spanish people think they're white. Somebody said this has to be a humiliation ritual for Latinos. And then this man, I guess he was getting a divorce and losing his kids. Let's take a look.
So it's official. My wife is divorcing me. She said she couldn't be with the Trump supporter. Told me I have it till the end of the day to get my shit out of the house, get all my things. She's changing the lock. She doesn't want it back. She said she's taking the kids away from me. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was looking for a fuck to give.
You don't know what to do.
Somebody says, congratulations to your wife. Another person says, hearing a man say this while being brown and talking with an accent is insane. Another person says he loves Trump more than his wife and kids. So sad. And then this is how, you Latins, y'all want to be out there with the whites. They keep saying they don't like y'all asses. Let's take a look.
I'm deporting you. You fucking stupid libtards. Oh my gosh, get the fuck away from my car, you fucking weirdos. You fucking have masks.
trying to bundle my old lady, you fucking homosexuals. Get the fuck out of here.
You guys are so fucking
weirdos.
Stupid. Get the fuck away from me, he said. Get the fuck away from my car.
Are you trying to bundle my old lady?
Yes, he is. Get out of here. Take your mask off. They're getting close. They got your VIN number. They came up and they're getting all your cars.
Somebody says, sounds like she eats cigarettes. Another person said that's his sister, daughter, aunt, cousin, and lover all at the same time. Well, damn. And then I'll read this. So just so we can know how like Latinos and Asians voted 70% too. Ketanji Brown Jackson graduated magna cum laude from Harvard Radcliffe College and cum laude from Harvard Law School, where she was the editor of the Harvard Law Review. She had 20 years experience as a lawyer and 10 years experience as a federal judge when she was nominated for the Supreme Court. They call this DI. Mark Wayne Mullen has a high school diploma and a 2-year community college degree in construction management, no military or law enforcement service, and was a cow-calf rancher. He was nominated by Trump as the Secretary of Homeland Security. And we're going to play one last video and we're going to talk about this. Take a look.
Y'all see this? Doesn't this look very reminiscent of what we saw when Kamala didn't get elected? White, Latino, and Asian people. Y'all are the problem, and that's just the reality. And the Latinos and the Asians, this is exactly why we ain't doing that POC shit no more. Because when push comes to shove, y'all love our culture, but when push comes to shove, y'all vote in a line with the white folks. So y'all can stay over there with them. Stop using our culture. Stop trying to act like y'all part of it. All of y'all. I don't want to see no K-pop, no hip-hop dancing from no Asian people. I don't want to see no Latinos over here with their, but we you know, all the Mino blacks, but then y'all want to be bumping hip-hop music. We're done. At this point, this is exactly why black people are saying what we're saying. Because when push comes to shove, the numbers show. Voting is statistics, y'all. That's what I think what a lot of y'all ain't getting. Voting is a statistic. The way that you vote is counted as a statistic, and that's how we get numbers. So you can't say it ain't what it is when the numbers show what it is. The data shows. And this is exactly why you see all the black people on the internet saying, F this, we're done. We did what we're supposed to do, because just like Kamala had, we had the 92% of black women, you had, I think it was 80 some odd percent of black men. Overall, with the blacks, 93% for Jasmine. We always do what needs to be done, and we do it for everybody else. We don't just pick the people because we like them, we pick them.
So I'm gonna stop that right there. This is why, remember I kept saying, I only do, 70% of this and 50% of this, or, when it comes to the Middle Eastern, that's like, a 60-40. That's statistics. Everything that I feel so vindicated. Remember, I've been saying this since last year. Everybody's like, you got people in numbers, because these fucking Latinos ain't gonna listen. Even out here, ICE, they was still out here. Trump just, I guess the other day he said that he's not going to have ICE doing like any type of deportations at the time, because they need them for the votes. This was what happened in Texas, is saying, we need their vote to help us get there. And then once they give them the vote, he's going to start that deportation shit up again, and your asses is out of here. And guess what? ICE come knocking on my door, and they say, do you know there's a Hispanic family there, a Hispanic family there, down there. Do you want me to take you down to the Home Depot? I'll show you where they all is. Hell, and guess what? Most of the ones that's in ICE are Latin and Hispanic. That's why I said I don't fuck with them. I also don't fuck with a lot of the Asians. All this, the K-pop shit. I'm good on y'all. Now, if you're a friend of mine or whatever, and you know how I talk, we cool. But other than that, that is statistics. Those votes are statistics. I was spot on, and people get upset about that. And then to show the video of that white woman that's literally sat there and saying, "Go, get out of here and go back and stuff." They don't like y'all asses. But this is when they they always want to say they're superior to black people. I said, you can't be that superior because you're not that fucking intelligent to know that they're going to betray you again, just like they did during the first election, just like they did during this election, and that's how they're going to do everything else. I'm good on you guys. Good luck to you. I wish you the best of luck when they send your ass to El Salvador, or when they send you to Alligator Alcatraz where you disappear, or they send you to those other concentration camps where they grind up people in meat, which is out there. They say, I guess they're making them into meat or something. Good luck to y'all. I'm good. What do you guys think?
I'll just keep it simple. It's a whole lot of people engaging in self-hatred.
Yes.
They don't love themselves. They are abandoning themselves, what's good for them, what's good for their people, their culture. And that's all I got.
My professor, she actually said the reason why Hispanic men voted for Trump, and there's an overwhelming, is because the older, and I've heard this from multiple Hispanic partners of mine who are truthful to the realization of what it is that a lot of Hispanics, older Hispanics, have always equated to whiteness because whiteness was safe. Whiteness was a pillar of success. If you optically look at it objectively, like, who do you see, right? If you're not American, who do you see successful? Who do you see that's accomplished? Who do you see that has a better way of life? White people. Why? Because there's more of them. So if there's more white people and white people are in control and they have control over the overall representation of themselves, they market themselves as being successful because with an overwhelming amount of them, you would see success. So they were told that's who you model after. They embody the patriarch. The household is the wife stays home and takes care of everything. and the man goes out and does everything, just like some white men in America. That's the old 1940, 50 indoctrination. You know, the man rules with the iron fist. The baby is baby. The oldest has to take care of everyone. So they adopted a lot of the indoctrination and ideology of the white European patriarch. So they're going to align with core values, even if it's at the cost of people who look like them.
Yes.
Because I did it the right way. And a lot of these people who talk about illegal immigrants, which I say are displaced people who were here first.
Come on.
They don't even know the process of becoming a legitimate American. A lot of white people who are uneducated, they think they come to the border, welcome to America, boom, go on. No, it takes a while. It's a process. How many people were deported who were actually in the process of becoming legal? Because no one talks about that, right? No one talks about people coming over here and actually legitimately doing it the right way. There's a process. I was at my urologist maybe 6 months ago. And there's some old white dude talking. And one guy, of course, he was talking the loudest because white people talk like that so they can create conversation. And I looked at him, I was like, do you know how long it takes on average to become an American citizen? And they were like, no. I was like, about 5+ years, give or take. Oh, I didn't know that. I was like, of course you didn't. Because if you knew that, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying right now. You would be considerate. You don't know these people. You know, imagine being in the process of becoming an American and they take you away. Like, once again, it's because they have no collective. They don't see themselves as bad people because they look alike. And because of that, an overwhelming amount of them have no idea of anything outside of their own whiteness. They don't even know the process of certain things. They just say it, be it, and they don't ask questions. And I'm too much of a fucking philosopher reading Socrates. What's the other guy's name? I forgot his name on the tip of my tongue, but begins with an A.
Aristotle.
Aristotle, yeah.
Come on with it.
We ask these questions. This is how we obtain knowledge. But when you don't have a collective, you don't question. You don't question. I mean, I don't know if anyone's religious, but they say don't question God. Well, how else am I?
That's not true.
Well,
there's evidence of it in the Bible.
Yeah,
where
but you know,
see,
it's like, don't ask.
Yeah.
You're not to question God. I am, because I am a human being. I need to understand purpose. Why do we exist? Why do we exist? We exist because we think. If we think, we want to know. That's a wonder. We are to acquire knowledge. In white America, they seem to just, if someone says it, then it's true, you know. And my cousin said something to me. She's Muslim. She said, if I tell you there's bombs rigged under that bridge, and you don't listen to me, if that bridge blows up, I will not feel sorry for you, because I told you. You didn't listen. You didn't trust me. You didn't see enough in me to take what I said serious. So when there's body parts all over the place, oh well. Because I would feel bad knowing that there's bombs on that bridge and didn't say nothing, than telling you and not listening. And this is where we're at right now. You know?
So with that same thing, you have people that how do I want to say, they'll manipulate that, right? And they'll use that fear. There might not even be a single bomb underneath the bridge, but they will use that fear to get your loyalty. So that's the other way that it works against it, and why sometimes people don't question, because the fear alone. Well, what if this is real?
And which is rooted in being wrong. White people don't want to be wrong. They don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to be put on the spot. You know, they want to be so clean that
they operate in a lot of fear.
Yes. And, you know, that's, you're right. Because when black women walk up to white women, bitch, get your ass up. Don't let him do that to you. Then empower. Oh shit, I ain't scared no more. You know, they didn't come to see you, Otis. They came to see me. You know, get your ass on. You know, and you know, it's about liberating, waking up, and it only comes by way of voice. And Black women have that. You know, it comes down to yelling and shouting and embarrassing white people. White people hate being embarrassed, and it's time to embarrass them and ridicule them and make them feel uncomfortable. It happened to us. I mean, shit, if we got to get followed in stores, if people got to, you know, make us uncomfortable and we are still powerful, passionate people, we don't let that shit fuck with us. It's time to do it to them. Make them feel uncomfortable. Shut your bitch ass up, liar. Like, you know, you voted for Trump? You must be a pedophile. I'm not a pedophile. I don't know. You got small hands. I don't know, man. You know, make them feel uncomfortable. Talk all the shit in the world. Make them feel uncomfortable. And see how it feels. You know?
Absolutely. And what we're going to do is we are going to go to commercial break and we will be right back. Stay tuned.
Cool.
You said just comply, don't ask why. Follow orders, you'll be fine. Back the blues, the badge don't lie. Now ice killing white people and you want us to cry. Ice kicking in your door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was America ain't free no more. American born no longer applies. Same advice, motherfucker, comply or die. Fresh off the boat, motherfuckers with an attitude. No papers, no English, anti-black and rude. You POC, but you wanna be YT. Seat at the table, as an equal you'll never be. Came to this country off the civil rights side. Get your money up, then stab us in the back. You hate us, but you need us. Gotta make it make sense. When it comes to the whites, y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. I said what I said, lo dije y que I meant what I said, lo sostendré. I don't give a fuck how you feel, no me importa cómo te sientas. If you voted for Trump, rest in peace, paz en paz.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to For the People Podcast. I'm your host, Vision X, and I am joined by Dr. Nicole, Nikki, and Miss Chappelle. Hey, how you doing today?
That's Jean Grey.
But I love how she just rocking in that chair like she belongs there, okay?
The Phoenix!
The one and only Jean Grey.
Yeah, you know, where's Jean Grey at? The other one?
She probably in there with her dad. I become the spare human.
Not the spare human.
I'm the spare. She love him now. I'm the spare human.
You know what? I found it out about animals. Like when they get when you're the one that have them, but you get a partner, and then they get attached to your partner, so you're just there to pretty much just provide and feed them while they get the go off with them. I'll be like, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's basically exactly what it is. That's exactly.
They said they're for us, not just you.
Yes, it's interesting. Oh, and I didn't read none of the comments from the last one, so I want to read some of those comments. Like, here's my name says somebody on Thread said Mark Wayne has two names because his mama didn't know which one her brothers was the father. Oh God, yeah. Chiku says they are damn near asking. I'm gonna pull up on the screen. Damn near asking degrees to flip burgers now, but this MF has only a associate's degree and it's the presidential cabinet. HACF says my neighbor opened the door talking about gay. they're the first ones I'm turning into ice. Hey, I get it. And what we're going to do, we need to talk about the economy. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on. Everybody I know now either is being furloughed, don't have a job, their hours have been cut. Also, when I went to the grocery store, this is what I have to say about this. Being under white leadership for the past how many of years in this country, it's just not working. Especially white men, it's just not working. And I went to the grocery store the other day, and I normally go to Whole Foods, but I just didn't feel like going. So I said, let me go down here. I think Superior Grocers. They're like the on the East Coast. They're like what's the one that's pretty big? That's green. The grocery store.
That's green.
Yeah, it's
Whole
like,
Foods.
No.
Right.
What grocery store should I have?
On the East Coast,
Yes.
Shoppers, Giant,
Publix.
Publix. It's like Publix.
Oh,
yeah,
Publix
it's
is a
like
little bit
that.
more
So I
south.
went in there and I got some shrimp, and when I tell you that I opened it up and it just smelled rotten. So
Wow.
I mean, like, it's not just the housing, it's not just the the job market, it's also the food. So I'm going to show y'all a few videos here because this is, I mean, America. We going downhill right now, so I want y'all to take a look, and we will be right back.
Here's a hospital in China with pricing. All the pricing is public. You can go to one of these machines and you can get any quote for anything you want in the hospital. An MRI is 480 RMB, which US dollars is that. Once you have your appointment, you'll go up on that side of the hospital and then down on this side of the hospital. So that'll take you up as far as you need to go, and down you go to the right floor and the right section. All right, so this is in English, right? Self-check-in, area B.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is the new
4, and then you'll
the
scan your
hospital.
QR code on your ticket on this thing, and it will tell you when your appointment's going to be. Boom. Waiting areas typically look like this, and then the numbers are on the screen up there. So once your number's called, you go back and see the doctor. The doctor's office look like these. When you go in, it's just the doctor. Maybe there's a nurse in there as well, like doing all the record keeping and note taking. And you'll talk to them directly. You'll pay everything in there. It's very easy and straightforward. If they order you a blood test, this is the area you go to. So you'll scan on those machines over there. These folks here are the ones that take your blood. It's extremely fast and efficient. Probably takes 5 minutes to do a blood test, and you get the results on your phone. So anyways, guys, this is China. Hopefully this is helpful.
So I want to show that because we're going to dive down where China is, where the United States always talking crap about them versus America. Somebody says, until you actually visit China, you literally will never understand how efficient, clean, and amazing it is. Somebody else says the U.S. sends $18 billion a year to Israel. Why do American people put up with this? So let's take a look at what we're currently going through. Take a look.
So this is a steak I got at a steakhouse in Weatherford on my way to a cattle sale in Kansas. I should have known at first because it's really hard to get an 8-ounce filet that's truly a filet because they just don't get that big in animals very often. Then when it came perfectly round, I should have suspected something. I ate a little bit of it and I thought, man, something's not right. So you can definitely tell this is glued together. Probably a sirloin that's been tenderized and glued together to look like a filet, not a filet.
Jesus Christ.
So this is a steak I got at a steak.
And I'm going to show this as well. Take a look.
I'm here at Aldi, and almost everything they have contains bioengineered food ingredients.
And I'm going to show this as well. Let's take a look.
That there was an artificial film on the turkey leg, similar to plastic. This is not cheap meat. This is a well-known meat brand. Some people online even suspect it might be 3D printed meat. And the site is giving American consumers chills. This turkey leg was produced by a major mainstream manufacturer, the kind you can find on any grocery store shelf. When she opened the package, she thought the outer layer was normal turkey skin. But as she began cleaning it, she realized the entire drumstick was wrapped in a thick, smooth, rubber-like membrane. She tried pushing her finger through it. It wouldn't break. She tried pulling it off. It wouldn't budge. She finally had to cut it open with a knife and peel the entire sheet off like industrial plastic wrap. And the most unsettling part, the sound, texture, and elasticity of that layer were almost identical to plastic. Some people...
And this is why I don't eat meat.
I see why. And then this is the gas prices. I'm gonna keep this on silent because it's
God damn, where is that?
This is actually this is just down the street from down the street. It's like $8-9 now.
Where you at?
I'm in Los Angeles. It was just the last week was just like $3.89 or something, and it jumped.
Jesus.
And then also I want to show you guys this because in certain places people are saying that there's parking lots that's not apartments. Let's take a look.
Atlanta and outskirts is crazy. I imagine the whole country's like this, but it's more people in higher populated areas. But I mean, it's literally gotta be 50 cars out here, and you can tell we all are posted up. Atlanta and outskirts is crazy.
So that's the outskirts of Atlanta. Let me tell you this, Nicole. I'm about to start getting on that no eat meat train with you, unless it's like fish or going to my local farmers market. There's some black. We got to start using our local farmers market. We got to start using that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, these grocery stores don't give a damn. When I tell you, when I went into Superior Grocers, I don't go to Ralph's. Ralph's is a big grocery chain out here in LA. I go in there, the floors are dirty. The food looks old. You can smell that something is expiring. When you look at the meat is like expiring within a day or two. I'm just like, you guys are not stocking up the store. You guys are not rotating the produce. You're not doing anything. And then I had bought some peppers from there, and I tried to cut the peppers, and the peppers were so rubbery. When I tell you, I was so upset. I didn't even want to go back to the store. I just threw the whole goddamn groceries away. That's how upset I was. I didn't even care because I said, I'm not putting this shit in my body. The other thing is, California is like a clear example of this. You got Gavin Newsom with his big bobblehead ass out here trying to run for election. But I'm like, if you're sitting here talking about, and don't get me wrong, he's not the only one. The United States as a whole is a shit show. I said, our roads look like shit. People can't afford rent, and if they can't afford it, then you got slumlords. I played that video before where in Philadelphia, they told the actual slumlords that, hey, you have to fix the property, and they got upset at the court hearing, wanting to fight the people. So even if you can't afford it, then you got to have a slumlord that don't want to fix your water, that don't want to fix your lights, that don't want to fix your door. So you got that going on. I'm telling you, the United States is as ghetto as it's always been. It's just now being exposed, and thanks to social media, now people can kind of see it. What do you guys think?
No, I agree. That
Because that steak was I said hell no to that steak.
And that person knew what they were doing because he was saying they go to buy cattle. So that person is an expert. That's their business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks that way, and to see that McDonald's guy, he couldn't eat that, and the fact that he couldn't even call it food, he called it product. He couldn't legally call it food, so he called it a product.
Yeah.
And then he sat there and he was like, "Oh, it's so much," and you can tell he was so grossed out by taking that one bite that he couldn't fucking handle it. They won't even eat their own food.
Yep.
They won't even eat it, but they want us to eat it.
Because that's how they're gonna kill us. Like, I don't remember all of the statistics. This video I was watching where they were saying, about people having high cholesterol, right? And watch your cholesterol.
Yeah.
And I gotta just double check this, but supposedly our brains are made up of majority cholesterol.
Yep.
So if you're cutting cholesterol from your diet, what does that mean? It means you're starving your brain. It means that it can't function properly. You can't think properly. It's slowly killing you. So they are using the food to really and truly kill us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also, there's this app that I have downloaded on my phone, and I want the viewers to download this as well. Because it actually is a good app and it works.
My nephew put me on to that one. To
It's
Yuka,
called
yeah.
Yuka.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When I was scanning stuff. There was, and I'll tell you this: when I scan stuff from Whole Foods versus when I scan stuff from like the other grocery stores, Whole Foods, there was actually stuff that was organic on there. It was actually made for what it is. But all the grocery stores in the Black and Latin communities, they had all these type of chemicals, additives, and cancer causing and endocrine causing and disruptors. And I said, to just eat fucking food,
to eat products,
it's ridiculous. That's what I said. There's a few Black grocery stores out here where they are growing their own products. And I said, I'm gonna start supporting it. I'm gonna start going to the farmers market. I said, I mean, the grocery stores don't give a fuck about my health. I don't give a fuck about your pockets. That's how I see it. You're just not getting no more money from me. I'm not putting my health in danger for you to make a profit.
Yeah, and Black folks were healthier back in the day because
they were.
Well, part of the big reason why they stole us from the continent is because we were farmers. Okay. And so this is why so many of our grandparents, great grandparents, all of them used to have gardens and things like that. People were healthier. They had their own land. They had their own farms. Some of them that were fortunate enough, but like, especially when you're in the South, like they were growing their own food and it was real.
Yeah. And that's another thing my grandma used to say. They was like, because she said we used to eat bacon. Everybody talk about bacon and pork. Pork is is an unclean meat. But they said there was none of this ADHD and Tourette's and cancer running rampant like that. They said we farmed it, we cooked it, we cleaned it first, then we cooked it, and we didn't have any of these issues.
Yeah,
they said we started getting away from that, and they started spraying all that. There's Monsanto, they demonic. That's a demonic company. Monsanto. I mean, when you hear about Monsanto, demonic, but they got these like Roundup seeds and shit like that. And they start selling them, and they said people start getting sick.
Oh yeah, Roundup, that was a thing.
Here at HEB seems to be pretty cool here in Texas. HEB, they deal with local farmers, so I don't know if it's any better, but HEB's been pretty good. But yeah, I'm thinking about eventually, sliding and going somewhere else as far as meat goes, because the FDA and what Brainworm dude and I don't know. It's getting to a point now where, I'm thinking about just bouncing as a whole, man. Like,
yes.
I got a homegirl who is Italian, and she went to Italy, and she was like, Matt, she was like, you have no idea, like the food here. Like she showed me, like, here is some oatmeal. Saying, what's the name? Like the list on the American one is like that. The one in Italy is like that. So it's like the food product, everything is cleaner. A lot of places, even my people's in Thailand. I don't know if you guys are familiar with C.T. Fletcher, but I'm a part of that camp too. And they have a podcast. And the guy who is his best friend, they were in Thailand, and he was like, man, the food is cleaner, everything's better, And I, like, it all just comes back to that one important question, like, when will this shit pop off? Because you look at China, the video, the medical, we have all of this technology. We have everything. This is what pisses me off, is we have all this money, technology, science, medicine, and yet we're paying this much. So the system's broken, and it needs to be fixed. And everyone said I'm an extremist, which I am. I'm a full-blown extremist to a degree. I'm a Libra. If we can't handle it with some diplomacy, if we can't sit down and be rational adults and mitigate these situations, I will scorch earth you shit. I don't care, because if nothing else works, then maybe this works, and if this doesn't work, then we're both going to just sit here and look at each other. So my point is, the fact that we don't have this is crazy. And the founding fathers were white men who had slaves but wanted to be free. So that right there sets the tone on how fucked up this country is. The nucleus is a bunch of white men who had slaves but wanted to be free. Build the whole ideology. And humans don't. What's the average lifespan of a human?
US is like 78. No, 78. Okay, yeah.
Let's just give a better example and say 100. Right? Let's just say the average human lives to be 100. Life itself stops at 100, and this country is going to be 250 years old. At some point, with what was written for this country, the average span of humans, it should be rewritten, because you look at the generations of things changed. Everyone, what was written, what we're dealing with right now was written 250 years ago. So think of how many people have been influenced, changed, different things that change the perception and indoctrination of what was written. So at some point, things need to be rewritten or amended to be updated, right? It's like 250 years without an update. You expect stability?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think
that's good.
You know what I mean? Like, it needs to be updated because things change. Like back in the days, they used to hang black people from trees, right? Now we can bust a cap in their ass. What needs to be amended or written to ensure these new things? You can't kill colored people no more. They can shoot you in the shit. Well, we need to write something. You see what I'm saying? Like, something needs to be written into what was written to be up to date. We have it on our cell phones. If your cell phone isn't updated, your battery starts dying fast.
Yeah.
It's ineffective. So I think that's what needs to happen. And these crazy white folks won't do it. You know, they just won't do it.
Yeah. And, you know, speaking of everything that's going on, since these white folks are so gung-ho about fighting for Israel, I wanted to show y'all a little slideshow of everything that's currently going on right now. I see you, Dr. Costa. Oh, snap. I just want to show y'all who we're fighting for, okay? Just to show y'all some of these things. It's going to be a few videos. Take a look, y'all.
White people don't even know their own history. This is what white people were doing in Europe. Their entire body was covered in hair. They grew out there and they walked around butt naked. Sometimes they walked on all fours. Now they're trying to tell you that they created civilizations. Mind you, the cradle of civilization is in Africa. People that were doing this in the caves are trying to tell you they're the superior race. But when it comes to their history, they try to say this is folklore, this is not real, but I have eyes. I see plenty of white people that look like this today. Body full of hair, looking like a fucking ape. A lot of white people don't even know their own history. This is what white people were doing in Europe. Their entire body was...
Yeah, let's take a look at this.
News and...
Yeah, let's take a look at this.
Are you Jewish? Sorry. Ain't no way.
Yeah, let's take a look at this.
Don't raise your voice and go. 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 Because you're inside people. Try to understand.
Let us leave.
What inside people?
Let us leave.
Yes. Go. What inside people?
This one.
We need to stop this white on white crime.
And let's take a look at this. This was filmed in a bunker. Take a look.
No.
And let's take a look at this. While your kids is out there fighting wars and stuff, this is what they doing. And let's look at this as well. Let's take a look. And why there's plans. Somebody said, all of us know what they're doing to those kids. Another person said, again, kidnapping young children. Seems the persons running Epstein's files are still alive. And then this is in New York. I mean, it's all over. Let's take a look.
Remember this? So I had to call the cops for this motherfucker here because he has a pen out. He tried to stab Miss Florence in her hand. I'm blocking his car. This motherfucker is not leaving. You are not fucking leaving. You don't come assault nobody. And the only reason I'm not going to beat your ass is because I'm waiting for the fucking cops to come. You will not get in your car. I'm going to wait for the cops to come. I'm going to block his car. And then I will commence to beating his motherfucking ass.
And show one last video. Let's take a look. I mean, I tell people on this show, don't get mad at us. These guys get on camera, they film themselves doing this stuff. They don't even give a shit that people are filming them. They don't even give a shit what people are saying about them. They just do it. I mean, this is the problem. This is the current problem we currently have right now. And these are the people we fight for. He over there sound like a whole goddamn llama over there praying, and I'm like, and they're hiding in bunkers. The kid over there smoking and shit. This is who America's gonna die for? What kind of shit is this? What do you guys think?
You know, white people bad when a little white kid smoking a cigarette looking like Al Bundy. Just say, look, man.
Not Al Bundy.
It's hard. These white people crazy. I would like to, I read, I'm educated, and this is one of the, I was smoking hella weed, taking mushrooms, wearing Egyptian musk. So this is like in the 90s, late 90s. Belfer Act of 1917, where gentleman he wrote a letter to Rothschild, basically saying that they're going to acquire that land, or that this is where the Jewish people could move to. They were looking for a place for Jewish people, and in the midst of them would be the Zionists, whose sole purpose was to infiltrate that land and be the all-seeing eye of the Middle East. And once again, white people, especially Britain has colonized so many fucking continents. It's ridiculous, but typical. They falsely occupied it, telling the Palestinians that they would give them that land. That would be their land, only for them to be outsourced and pushed. And they were funded, of course. America, Britain funded them. But that's why I will probably say I don't like Israel. It's the Zionist movement. I don't care about the religion. I don't care about the ethno-religion. You being Jewish or of the Jewish faith, it has nothing to do with that. It's a principle, and white people will never see it. Minorities will see it. The indigenous people of North America, side note, white people will say, I have Native American, I'll spit in your face, because if you did, you would refer to it as I have indigenous blood, not Native American. So, that, but it's indicative of what white people have done. They take land that's already occupied, and because they're not white, they look down upon, and then they bring in these people. And next thing you know, they get funded. Hell, Israel itself was founded by 3 IDF people, and the leader of Israel right now, the leader of Israel right now is fucking brilliant. I mean, he went to MIT. So this is why these brilliant people can manipulate the rest of the people, because they're fucking stupid. But that land is the Palestinians. It's theirs. And they came and they slaughtered them. And white people, why are you doing this to us? Like, your history. Like, how could you be the superior race? How could you be anything? And you're refusing to look at whose fault it is. These people were fucking broke. They don't have any money. This is why they strap explosives to themselves and go to the marketplace, because that's what they have. But Israel is funded killing these people, and they're not even from there. And no one thought of saying, you know what? Just cut the bitch in half. You can stay in the South, we stay in the North. No one. You know, like, how about we just cut it in half? The closer we get to the fucking border, the more heavy it can be in regards. But if you don't want to have anything to do with it, go all the way to the North where it's cool, it's comfortable. That's not even a possibility. And it's just like, I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant, but I don't care for Israel as a state because of how they acquired that land. You don't do that. It's wrong. Yeah. And you have to be a certain person to not see that. And I think that's what I come down to is, who are you as a person to do that?
Yeah, what I want to do is I'm going to show some other videos in regards to this, since we're still on this topic. And I want you to I'm going to show you what the soldiers are saying, and I'm also going to show you what the Black people are saying about this as well. So we'll be right back. Let's take a look.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Damn.
He don't care.
It's mental health. It's not normal behavior.
Well, let somebody Black do that. It'll be a problem. And then I guess this happened in Atlanta. There was a bomb threat on the plane. Let's take a look.
You already knew this type of stuff was about to start happening. But it just happened right here in Atlanta. Lord.
Hey, let's take a look at this.
Photo up top is Syria before white intervention, and on the bottom, Syria after white intervention. This is Iraq before white intervention, after white intervention. This is Libya before white intervention, after white intervention. And listen, we can go through an entire list of nations that have been negatively impacted by white intervention or white influence all across this entire earth. But my question is, why is it that when you see these rundown, terrible conditions right here in America, you blame the people that are forced to live in these conditions as being responsible for the conditions, as if blacks and Hispanics aren't victims to the same violence, cruelty, deception, and instability that they have carried out everywhere else in the world. See, you blame black people and Hispanics and Native Americans for the poor and terrible warlike conditions that we live in here in America, in our neighborhoods, when we have been the most
And then this is a bomb threat that happened in NYC. Let's take a look.
What was it?
I guess a couple of days ago. I know. I'm sorry, this morning.
That brother right there, I fuck with him heavy. He's ready to go. Okay. I thought it was. I didn't even read the caption. Okay, yeah, I saw that report.
Yeah, and then let's take a look at this.
I don't know if y'all can hear that, but them gunshots is getting real close. This shit not looking too good, I ain't gonna lie. Iran, they might have won this shit. I ain't gonna lie, too many motherfuckers is begging out. This shit not good. I ain't gonna lie, this shit raps. GG's in the chat, yo. I don't know if y'all can hear that.
And then
I don't know if that's real.
We're gonna hear this from Killer Mike. Let's take a look.
Countries at war right now. You're one of the most like sentient thinkers that we respect. What's your thoughts on this?
I think poor people should stop going to war. I think simply is that we should refuse to. We will never have the weapons it takes to defeat these empires, but we don't have to send poor boys to die in war. that simple.
And that's who makes up the military.
Yeah,
let's be honest about it.
Poor working class kids make up the military. And I honestly think rich people's kids should. We should take the leader of every country that wants to go to war and put their kids in a pit to fight.
Oh my God. You know what? Like, it is that. I never thought about that part of it. Yeah. That's like my cousins.
Yeah, you know, my cousin,
service.
One of the first memories I have is my cousin having to go to Beirut. So my cousin having to go to Lebanon. He was a Marine. Other memories I have is the picture of the Ayatollah Khomeini, 79, 80 as a kid, imposing fear on us. The United States is an empire, and the only way we're going to change that is if the working class refuses to continue to spread it.
Do you think that anything like there's people in Iran that are celebrating? Yes. You know, I'm sure they're scared. I go to pick up my daughter from daycare. The woman that takes care of my daughter, she expresses that they're grateful. Yeah. But you know, it's an interesting thing to kind of observe what's happening, you know, from everyone's perspectives. What do you think about the people in Iran right now that are maybe celebrating?
My grandmother would say, we all for ourselves and God is for us all. I just pray that God's favor is the favor of that.
So this is my take on this. I don't care what's going on in Iran, Venezuela, Cuba. I just want Black people to have our own shit. I said this many of times. I just want us to have our own stuff. I am tired of Black people. When you look at all the inventions, the culture, the language, the styles, we don't need none of these other races, and never did. Now, there's a few within those categories that's cool. That's why I said, 80-20 white folks. I don't fuck with 80% of them. That's just a fact. I was raised by them. I grew up in the house. I know how they are. And we show videos from them. Same with the Asians. 70% voted for that Talarico dude. They ain't learned their lesson. I see the Vietnamese shop that they got their whole nail salon kicked in, boarded up now. Same with the Latins. They getting pulled over by ICE. I said this before. It looks like the rapture. They just disappearing. Mm-hmm. Food's still there. Baby toys, everything. They gone. Sent to the detention center. I don't give a shit. If it's not about Black people, and I say this, when it comes to Black people, it's a 70-30 split.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with a good, well, actually, I'll say 60-40. I don't fuck with a good 40% of Black people. I just don't. And that's just the facts. Because you start to see a lot of them, like even others, they say, oh, I voted for Trump because the economy would. There was this dude, Jay Bailey. He works out a lot and has a good following. But this big nigga got on there, Charlie Kirk, nigga. If Charlie Kirk seen your ass on fire, he would have walked past your big muscle ass. But the problem is he has a white woman, proximity to white women, and it's not like you, Matt. There's some Black people, they start hanging with Asians or start hanging with Latins, and they start thinking they're not Black. And then when something happens to them, they run their ass right back to Black women, just like what was that, Jonathan Majors?
Yeah,
just like he did. And a few of the other ones that do that, they always run their ass back to Black women. I'm still thinking to stay over there and just deal with it.
Yeah,
and they'll learn.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to narrow it down. I'm such a thinker, man. Like people of color, Black folks who think like that. Like I'm a Libra. I won't stop, damn it, until I find out. I want to. Is it acceptance? It can't be identity. It's something. It's something. I have to shift through the something and find out, because it makes no sense. Like there's no way you could. I don't know. I don't know what it is that have these motherfuckers thinking this shit, but it just. I don't know. I know it's being uneducated. Number one, it's uneducated. I don't know. It's something. Nigga over there doing something. She getting down with the get down. What you doing over there? I hear the click.
Yeah, somebody said, Nikki, you okay, baby?
Yeah, she been quiet today.
She been quiet the entire show.
Yeah.
No, I was responding. I got a bad migraine today, but I'm pushing through. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. That I'm good, John, but I wasn't gonna miss the show, so I'm pushing through.
My
So
Okay,
bad.
you getting
thank y'all. My
somebody ass.
bad.
You over there getting in somebody ass, huh?
We held it down
I
pretty.
know that. I know that. Focus. You say you.
And so,
I
Dr.
was
Nicole,
man in the chat there.
Dr. Nicole, so what do you think? What is that with Black people in general that get like that date outside their race, and some that because you just see some that get it because you can't help who you love.
Yeah.
I understand that. I've dated all people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually gravitated to a lot of them too because it's a different experience. Mostly Brazilians, love Brazilians, but then you have the other group of Black people, and I grew up in Kansas, Missouri, and you have those, I mean, coon-tastic motherfuckers. I don't even know what to call them. They will do a whole jigaboo pickaninny dance for people, and they will do it in front of you and say, I like these white folks. I don't like your ass. Do you see that a lot in DC? Like, what has been your experience?
Well, in the DMV, you're not gonna see as much as that. This is Chocolate City, baby. You
Yeah.
know, but a lot of people that are here too are not from here, and I'm still calling it Chocolate City, even though it flipped back in like 2011 or something like that. But a lot of people that are here are not from here. A lot of people are here for government jobs. They come for education, and so you have people who want to do well, and then but you actually have people you can date that match your education level, and where you meet more of your tribe, essentially, if that's what's bringing you here. I don't see as much well, maybe because I be in Black spaces a lot of the times too, and I love that I can do that. So I won't say that I see as much interracial dating like Black and white, but you might see more international. But even here, though, people have their pockets, their areas where you'll find them, different parts of town where this is where you find a lot of Ethiopian people. You got Chinatown, So I don't see it as much, and maybe it's just that I'm relishing in the Blackness after growing up in the Midwest in predominantly white areas. But I mean, I see a whole and for Black men, the ratio works in their favor. Like the last time I checked, it was like a crazy 11-to-1 ratio for Black men dating in this area. So they got nothing but options.
Matt, how do you? Because I know sometimes because you've done videos before where people just automatically assume because you have a white wife, it invalidates everything you do, and how do you and how you feel, and you
That's
are
a good question.
and those of you that if you know him, you were married to a Black woman before,
Yeah.
so
Actually, not a Black woman, a sister.
a
There's a
sister.
difference. The sister, they're different. That's the real deal.
How did you navigate that going from being with a Black woman to how do you feel when people think that because you're married to a white woman it invalidates how you feel about your Blackness in general and then Black women in particular?
I normally tell them if yo fucking is anything like yo guessing, you couldn't hit the G spot on the 12-pound 10 torsi, and that really pisses them off and have them like,
oh god,
because that's your guessing. I'm 48, right? I'm from Oakland, so we grew up. Unfortunately, when I say this now, this isn't who I am now. It's just this is the building blocks. So in Oakland, you have all people, right? And you learn early on, like Oakland is home of the Panthers, pimps, and mags. So when you get out there's so many women. But if you're a player, a player don't care just about a sister. Yeah, you got the white chick, you got the Mexican chick, and I got the Chinese, bro. You got all these women, and you're macking, so you're politicking with a whole lot of women. And in doing such, you find yourself in the space. But also being from Oakland, they're with you too. There are some who aren't, but I got white partners, man and woman, that's really with the shit. And in Stockton, California, you got the Cambodians and the Laotians. So you grow up actually being cool.
Yeah.
So me personally, I've always been into other shit. Like, like I'm with a black woman. I come from a black woman, so I'm always be with a black woman, but I'm so stellar and dope as a black man who knows what it is to be black. I can go anywhere because I look at it like I'm the representation of our culture. If I'm around nobody who's black, your interaction is going to be the representation. What I educate you on is going to be that. So I'm comfortable to be outside spaces because I'm just dope like that. So I can be anywhere and represent my soil and represent our people. But me personally, I've just dated like I'm old school. We smoke weed, we chill, we vibe. If you have empathy, compassion, and understanding, and you see the world problems and you feel the same way I feel, I don't really trip like that. There's people who aren't black that's like, I want to fuck some white people up, like for real, like word, and they're cognitive of the atrocities. Like, when you interact with people, you know who's real, you know who's fake. Like, when you have these connections, and the equity is if you find yourself in some shit, you look at that non-black person. Want some shit, good brother? Because if they getting ready to, some be like, oh, that shit, yeah, you want to go, you want to run back over there. Some people be like, we going to jail tonight. And that's my wife. My wife like, baby, we going to jail. You lying. Look, we riding. So it's who's down, I mean, if you grew up in an environment or whatever, you got a skill set. So when it comes to my wife, I'm old school enough. Like, I don't care. Like, as long as we vibe, you know what it is. It's a risk. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be with a brother. Cool, baby, I'm with you. And another thing, my wife don't act like she don't appropriate. Use AAVE. She don't be like, bitch and girl. Let me tell you, my wife is white. Like, just
she's like, honey, do you need me to do anything for you?
Well, no, not that white, but white. Like she doesn't need to be who she's not. In a lot,
she knows who she is.
Yeah, and some of those black folks you were talking about, they have to be someone other than themselves because they would rather compromise their integrity to be accepted than be ostracized. And my wife and I think that's the thing. I think my wife and I were like that. Like, she don't care if white people don't like her. And I don't care if you don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always be myself. And when you see the authenticity and the organic component, like, that's why some dude was like, yeah, your wife looks like Larry Bird. We snatched that. And that's when I call her now. I'd be like, hey, there go Larry Bird. And she'll do a jump shot. Yeah. Yeah, we run with it. Everybody, that's her new name. Everybody like, we love some Larry Bird. Like, that's our girl right there. So when people see I'm a black man who was with, and I don't like to use I was married to a black woman. I think you can look at me and tell, like, okay, he ain't one of them black dudes. I don't wear the Asics and the belts, and I don't, the Asics and the bent brim hat and the Oakley and shit. Them type of brothers. Shoes be leaning and shit. Like, you can tell, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. So you see me, I define myself as a brother who, you know what I'm saying, I'll be with a sister, I'm gonna take your head off. If I'm with you, whatever, if you ride for us and you've proven that you ride, that's all that matters. As long as you don't turn the tray from Boys in the Hood, like, pull over.
Trey wasn't about that life. And he knew this is where he got off.
And you know what's crazy? To add on to that, that's what's happening to MAGA right now and Trump supporters. They don't know. They don't know. This shit's a game. Like, if I deal with a white woman, I'm going to be a part of a gang. You know what comes with this shit, right? At any given time, you can jump. Hey, you want to sell some dope? The moment I give you this dope, you know what time it is, right? So MAGA is learning that now. You realize you was banging. Let's go, Brandon. You was banging for your set. Now you got to put in work. Now you got to ride for your set, and they scared because they see everyone else. They stacking on them. They banging like, yeah, we see who you are, Buster ass Mark. Now they scared. Why do you have to talk like that? Because now you was campaigning for your side. Now it's time to put in some work. and now you scared. But guess who ain't scared? Because you literally, your gang, we selling dope. MAGA and Trump supporters, we all sell dope, right? MAGA and Trump supporters purposely fuck the block up so we can't sell dope no more. And now that they being told you fucked it up for everyone, we can't eat no more. You made the turf hot. Now you the enemy. Now niggas is looking at you like, okay, they the ops now. Because you purposely, we could have all been eating. So when you don't like gay people, trans people, this people, you still could make some money. You still have health insurance. You'll still be able to live your life on your level. You fucked it up. Can't nobody eat. Not even you. You can't even eat. So why should we conserve you and look at you like some conservation? No, it's all bad. I know we went left with that, but I ain't the nigga who disrespect black women. I came from a black woman. You know what I'm saying? And I always know what it is, the nucleus of that, because I'm the man I am, and I learned the game. I learned the game from the sisters. I learned how to fight from the brothers. And I take that and I represent that regardless of whoever I'm with.
So you got real Oakland.
Oh yeah, real Oakland.
You know,
real
fast.
You
know what? I'm just that dude.
Yes,
yes. I'm 48, man. So I can't, because I told a couple of brothers, y'all be front, call a queen, this, that, and the third. I said, look, they been queens. You the one who feeling bad because these rap dudes had you calling them bitches and hoes. So now you got to spin the block and oh, hey, queen, how you doing? Fuck that. They been queens. I ain't got the guilty conscience. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. So, you know, I know what it is. I got the game from black women. I learned how to talk shit from black women and fight from the brothers. So the best of both worlds, man. So that's what it is. I keep it straight like 915. Always. You did?
Pimps and Mac. Oakland is the Pimps and Mac. You heard it right there.
And you know, but that's not good though. That's very toxic. And I was very toxic. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm still, and another thing about my wife, she went on the journey personally to unlearn the indoctrination and the inherent racism, working on yourself. Everyone works on themselves, you know what I mean? And me being from Oakland, like, yeah, it's all on the bitch, you know? Well, if it's all on the bitch, you a bitch made nigga. Oh shit, wait, I don't like that. Hold on. I had to untoxic the real shit. I had to unlearn these things. And I tell you, the shit that I'm left with, the stuff that I'm left with, I am so happy and proud that I was able to solidify it to be a well-rounded dude who could stand on blackness with a beautiful black woman, stand in an interracial marriage and still represent what it is to be black and still cherish and respect black women or whatever. I learned so much. And this is why I'm a force. And this is why, to answer your question, Nikki, motherfuckers try like Shaq at the free throw, but look, I'm knocking them out the park. You feel me? Like I'm standing on business. And I think a lot of black women are coming around and showing so much love to my wife because they see that we're not like the typical interracial, you know, she's trying to be, or she's like hella preppy. Nah. My wife, you know what I mean?
Matt, you what you just said is so important. You were willing to do what others won't.
Yes.
Sit down, look at themselves, and like do that detox. We all need to do a version of that.
But it
because
hurts.
you learn, yes. And then what does this mean about the people who taught you this?
And
these
that's
people that you love, or the people that said, and people do not want to do that soul work.
You know what? And that is the first step. That's what makes people hesitant, is because how can I look at Big Mama and say Big Mama was wrong, yet understanding why Big Mama, I think you said your grandmother, you said Vision, you said your grandmother don't like white people. Well, we know why she don't like them, because she was back during the time where it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? But you realize there might be some, when I say prejudice, some biasness, right? But most people can't compartmentalize or differentiate that. And that is so important to understand that you can extract certain things. And this is the whole message, is you take everything that everyone has told you in your life. There's a matter of fact, there's another philosopher, it begins with a D, can never say his name. he's modern philosophy. He's taken old philosophy and he just picked through it to consolidate it and condense it. And that's what we all do, is we have to cast doubt on everything that we've been told to update it to make it better. And I think without knowing, I use that thought pattern to doubt everything and question everything that I've been through, like, you know, treating women like shit, living up to the hype of what it is to be a real Oakland again, this, that, and the third, and opening up to other races and other ethnicities and cultures. Like, why I'm shitting on this race, this culture, when they're doing it to me? How can I be better? Well, let me indulge in their shit to have a better understanding. And I think I'll just utilize those tools to. And I'm still learning. You know, I'll say some shit. My wife be like, "That was sort of misogynistic." Like, I want to say the R word, and she's like, "You can't," because I'm gonna tell you that now we can't. But hear me out. This is funny. We're going into some comedic shit. As much as white people hate being embarrassed, could you imagine just outright in front of people call them that R word, like in a business? Like, you know what? That was so. You're a fucking. That would just shatter them, and that's what they need. We need those type of words. We can't, but in my mind, I'm like, just ooh, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You know what? This is my thing about that. You know, with me, ain't no words off limits, because all these motherfuckers, including the guy that said Tourette's,
say it,
nigger,
say
it, and they just start saying it. So I kike, wetback, all that stuff. So ain't nothing off limits for me.
I told my wife I might get in trouble for it, but I think I got equity in the game to ask to talk to the handicapped community and ask if we can somehow get that word. Since, in my humblest opinion, white people created mental retardation, which I think is they say it's a real word. But I think if it was more modern times, it wouldn't have been retardation. I think it would have been something else, like it is now, intellectually disability or whatever. Is that the new
handicap?
Yes. Yeah. You know, hey, could we just, you know, we can't say cripple no more. Could we get this? And
when they get canceled?
Huh?
When did they get canceled?
Oh yeah, you can't. Just like Oriental, you can't say Oriental no more. That's
You're just gonna say all the words today.
Well, I mean, just as an example.
I mean, we stop. Like, I can't keep up with what the fuck we can and can't say no more, because I come from a time where
you can't say
you can
retarded
say
no more. You can say
and
it,
it's like
you can't say these words. But here's the thing: the reason why I don't say it is, once again, going back to learning and listening. People in the community say it's inappropriate. Unlike white people, well, you say it. If a person says, hey, you know, we don't use that word no more. We don't like it. I could push back and do it, but okay, if this makes you uncomfortable, I won't say it. However, I know if we take that word and take it from you and put it on them, that's another word used to discredit and destroy them, because that word hurts people. Like, words hurt. And we need all the words to hurt these motherfuckers. Could we borrow that? We know what it, but could we borrow that for a minute? You know, if you co-sign on it, if they co-sign on it, I swear to God, I would just, because you know what? If y'all watch my content, I got away with words, and I can hurt you.
Yeah.
If I had that silver bullet.
I mean, I can't call you the R word, but I'd be like, okay, sling blade, or, you know, something.
Carl.
You know,
I don't even know what that means, Nikki.
Oh, you haven't seen Sling Blade?
It's a movie with the character is white.
Billy Bob Thornton. If you look at Billy Bob Thornton, you would be like, he played. When you see Carl, you'll be like, that's Billy Bob Thornton. Like,
okay,
yeah, it's actually a really good movie, though. It is.
I guess we're gonna have to expand our vocabulary, but I'm gonna read some of the comments and we're gonna end the show. I'm glad that we had that last part of it, because you know, I was waiting for us to get there. I was like, I need us to shh, and then we finally found it. Having us end the show, though. You know,
put you back on the show, man.
Oh, absolutely. It takes a while for people to get comfortable with new people.
Oh, who wants me back on the show?
It's in the comments.
We got some in the comments. They was
Oh,
like, make sure
word?
we bring you back.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Please have him back on. Hey, if you guys have me up, hey, man, sure, why not? You know,
Thank you so much.
If you want me as an inbred country dude, it was a good movie.
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. I just want to make sure it was working. I'm gonna read some of the comments before we go. The agent says not every black who gets involved interracially are anti-black or anti-black women. JB Monroe, the producer, I know Puerto Rican isn't a race, but I've been told by blacks I'm not black enough, and Puerto Ricans have told me I'm too black. This shit's wild. Also, let's see here. Hold on, let me go here. Who is selecting these?
Also, someone said Tourette's was never. Remember, Tourette's was never something. Yeah, I love people with Tourette's because I wish I could just blurt out crazy shit, and
get away with it.
And get away with it. I kid you not. But I've never heard a person with Tourette's yell out "nigger" ever.
Exactly.
Ever.
Exactly.
They say out of all the words they make some combinations. Because they make combinations. Yeah, they make combinations. Like people with Tourette's, they don't just say one word. They slop tart pussy fart, something like that. And it's just like, what?
Yeah.
They don't just be like, nigger. They've never said one word alone. They always have more words. So I have Tourette's, but you're going to have a foot in your ass. You say that shit again. You ain't going to have Tourette's no more. I got a tick for your ass. This damn boot.
Exactly.
Get on my nerves with that shit.
And we're going to show our closing videos and segments, and then we're going to close out the show. I don't know if you heard the update that happened with Southwest Airlines. I guess now what they're saying is that they are no longer going to be cleaning coach sheets anymore. I thought all these airlines and companies, everybody's doing too much. The hotels are doing too much. The car rental companies
they're
just doing too much. But they said if you don't have a premium seat, the premium seats will be cleaned, but the coach seats will not.
Okay, I used to work at the airport, and I can tell you, Southwest doesn't even have. Last I checked, they didn't have sections. You just get on the plane, and there's just rows all the way to the back. It wasn't like cut off in half. Like, okay, here's first class or something like that. And maybe I don't know if they updated their planes or anything, but premium seats. I mean, it's a piece of metal flying in the sky. I'd just be happy the bitch don't crash. Like, it's Like, I'm just saying, is the pilot drunk, or is he going to make America great again? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even. That's crazy. And then I don't know if y'all seen this fight, but we'll take a look at this.
Some bruising on the arm.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I can't believe Egypt out here fighting. That Sam ruined her life.
You know, I didn't know that was Tretch and Peppa's daughter.
She looked just like them. When you look at her,
I
she
just saw
just
it.
like
I didn't
them.
know who this woman was. Now, I know her.
Can I see that one more time?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
This is on.
Wait,
damn.
Okay. Actually, let me redo it again.
Boxing match.
Oh shit.
Well, she was fighting out of her class. The other lady is an Olympic trained person.
Yeah.
I keep telling everybody the stuff you see on movies, that's movies. This shit's real life.
Yeah.
Like that's a real Olympic trainer. She was out of her league.
I did a video on that. I was like, because that's why I don't box. If you knock me out like that, I'm shooting a whole bitch up. You're not knocking me out in front of my kids and my wife. I gotta go home and I tell them, clean your room. I ain't cleaning shit. I knock you out like that man did in the ring. Like, no, you're not knocking me out in front of my kids. I'm gonna tear the whole damn venue out. Tritch and Peppa's daughter, I don't like that. I don't like that.
But if you saw, I don't want to get all in her personal life, but if she's still with her same dude, fiance, husband, it explains a lot.
Peppa?
No, the daughter. Egypt is her name.
Oh, who's her husband?
This dude, Sam. So I saw them on the Growing Up Hip Hop show and saw that whole thing. And you see this dude was just like riding her coattails. So you could just see him pulling her down, getting her into foolishness, disrupting her career, wanting control. Like, it's unhealthy. And she's so in love. It's ridiculous. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so China's snitching on themselves, letting us know that any drone activity would be the result of them. Because if you got them working in unison,
That's dope.
That's beautiful though.
They're cooked. Because all of those things can carry explosives.
Yep.
And,
Uh-oh.
yeah. I mean, okay, I'll give you some juice. Military talk. So, we don't have certain warehouses and factories in this country for the obvious reasons. When it comes down to weaponry, tech, it's always in another country. So most, if not all, business dealing. This is why a lot of Americans aren't aware of the president's responsibility. A lot of people expect the president to do something. First things first, the president isn't responsible for people in this country being happy. Your state has a president, it's the governor. So your governor is responsible for how you live, what happens in your state. The president is responsible for foreign relations. Anything outside of America, is the president is the representative of America. So he's supposed to be dealing with foreign relationship. Okay, so with that, the military industrial complex, this is why they lobby, APAC and all that bullshit, funding for research, whether it's science, weapon, military, whatever. So, with that being said, black sites for the CIA, weapons, whatever. The drones that Ukraine are using are actually our drones. Because when you come out with something, right, it has to be field tested. So what rifles, pistols, anything, it needs to be field tested. So in different countries, we build certain things. Well, Ukraine has a war. Well, okay, we're working on drones. So we'll loan you the drones because you can use them. How could you field test but to put them in war? Real life practice. They are damaged, destroyed. You send them back, we find out, fix the deficiencies, we send you more. So you see China using their drones in the sense of like beautiful displays, but those drones can be fitted with bombs. You don't see our drones. They're in Ukraine. So look forward to us having drones too. But China has more, and China has been on full display letting you know. Everything's not about war. But when you look at certain things, it's like those drones that are working in unison can all carry explosives. And if China decides to, or maybe they have, gave Iran, if Russia, Pakistan has a huge tech engineering program. Give it to Iran, give it to Iran. And if you're familiar with the streets in general, which goes all the way up to the top in this country, a person only knows what you tell them. And this is state media. This is state controlled media. But on the street level, no one knows nothing but what you tell them. So if I control the narrative and give you what I want you to know, well, we're bombing the fuck out of Iran. Have you seen anything happening to Israel besides, other extensions of media that isn't in America? Israel is fucked up, but the people don't know it and they don't see it, nor are they being told what to think and how to feel. So if we say, hey, we bombed this, we destroyed this, ooh, we're winning. No one wins in war. I still see faces. I still smell things periodically. And the people who've never been subjected to these visuals will never understand. And, and I don't want to keep rambling on, but from what I've done in Oakland, lightweight selling drugs, because I tell people I got my bachelor's, which is 4 years. My cousins got their master's and their PhD in doctrine and shit. I got the bachelor's and got the fuck out of Dodge and joined the army. But in my 4 years, I lightweight sold drugs. I used to rob people. I was out there, went to the army, did shit, dealt with dead bodies. And with all of that, and in my experience growing and learning, I realized the importance of selflessness, making sure that other people have, and seeing what we are privileged to and what we have. The fact that nobody who's in control cares enough to create a utopia where people who aren't just white but Black, Asian, have something, and I have a problem with that. Like, we have everything needed to create something to ensure we have, and no one is. So we're dealing with a bunch of selfish people, and selfish people in power will kill people to ensure that they keep what they want. And I refuse to accept that ideology. And if I was going to die for a nation that still don't give a fuck about Black folks, these people are nothing to me. And I'll digress with that, with that, so that where I'm at with that.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to close out the show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank everybody for joining, and also thank our viewers as well. Matt, where can they find you at if there's anything upcoming, anything new, exciting happening?
I have a new Facebook account. I'm starting over from scratch. So you guys can go to Matt Chappelle. I don't know if you could put it. That is the Instagram. If you click, I don't know if you can see it. I think that's the old, click one. No, yeah, let me see. Click that one. No, it's not going. I have an updated one. It's the same name. So if you go to this Instagram page, you'll see. Matter of fact, that's the video right there. The Matthew Chappelle. That is the Facebook you can find me at. It's in the bio. Click follow. That's where I'll be at doing my content. Of course, Instagram. So yeah, follow me.
Awesome.
And I'll definitely be available if you guys want me on again. Nikki hit me up. I don't know about when you hit me up, but you want to be on? Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. Like,
awesome. Well, we film every day. We film Sundays at 10 a.m. Well, Pacific Standard Time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
And then Monday through Thursday is 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 8 p.m. Eastern. So what I'll do,
be on more. I'm available. Let's see this. What is this? March, April, May, June. June 1st, Mondays and Wednesdays is going to be hectic, but Mondays I can definitely do it. Maybe Wednesday. Well, Monday for sure. So I can do Sunday or Monday, and Friday.
Oh, okay.
Friday too.
I include everybody in the same email chain, so all you have to do is just log in, and we'll see you here.
Cool beans. All right, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the invitation. I'm honored that you guys wanted me on, and yeah, I'm here.
Oh, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Dr. Nicole, where can they find you at? Anything upcoming? Anything exciting happening?
Yeah, I mean, every Tuesday, Rise and Thrive with Dr. J. Nicole. You can catch it on YouTube and wherever you take your podcasts. You can follow me on Instagram. There it is. Thank you for popping it on the screen. Yep. And I'll have an announcement soon. Like I said, I'm cooking up some
Go back
things.
one time. I'm old. I couldn't see the Instagram. Oh, you really got it. Let me see the dot. Okay. Doctor.
I just followed you, so you could just follow back. That might make your life a little easier.
I have so many followers. Boom. Gotcha. All right.
All right.
Gotcha. And Nikki, where can they find you at? Anything upcoming? Anything exciting happening?
Well, just working on FTP. We'll have new merch out tomorrow. Everything is 30% off, but new merch will be dropping tomorrow. In the meantime, you can follow me on Instagram at bitch_happens. And the backup is bitch_happens 2.0. So yeah, we'll have some the North and Niggas Remember merch will be up tomorrow. So just working on some good stuff there. So stay tuned.
You didn't do the Dow? You didn't do the Dow?
Yeah, I got to do the Dow's 50,000. I got.
You gotta do it.
I got. Y'all have given me a slew of projects, so I'm working on getting the merch out there. So thank y'all for buying it. They buy from me, so we'll be merging the store soon. So you'll be seeing everything in one place. So give us some time. So we got some good things happening with FTP.
Awesome. Yeah. And all you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Please remember, please like, share, and subscribing. I see a lot of y'all liking. Thank you so much, because that helps with the algorithm. And also sharing the videos help with the algorithm as well. Other than that, we will be back tomorrow, not at 10 a.m., but at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, take care, and we'll see you next time.
Appreciate you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
FTP Podcast has partnered with Savage X Fenty. New members get up to 60% off site-wide with Savage X Rewards. Exclusive pricing and discounts on Fenty Beauty and Fenty Skin. Access this special offer via our link tree at linktr.ee/FTP podcast show. Savage X Fenty, delivered by FTP.
Silk Press Jesus has returned. He's white, historically rebranded, and Grindr approved for Christian comfort. Don't miss your blessing. Order now.
Get on out, get out, get on out. Can't stay on the scene unless you got that green. Oh, get out, get on out, get out, get on out. Ice is on that ass, you don't get a fourth chance. Oh, get out, get on out, oh, get out. I didn't vote black, got that ass in back. Oh,